Hey everyone, so my Sephora order came in the mail. I wanted to do a haul video and show you what I actually picked up during the recent holiday savings event. I think at the time this video goes up, it's still going on, so I'll put the information in the description box in case you're curious. But I did a wish list video kind of talking about what I was thinking about buying. I added a few things to my cart that weren't in that video, and then I didn't pick up some products that I mentioned in that video too. So I thought I would sit down today and show you what I actually bought. I'm excited about a lot of these products. I repurchased a couple of my favorites, and then I have a couple of new things. I'm going to do a separate video testing them out on camera for the first time because I want to do a full wear test, and today it's already 2 o'clock, so I wouldn't have actually had the makeup on for a full day. So that video should be up within the next few days, but in the meantime, let me show you what I picked up. So I mostly have makeup to talk about in today's video, but I wanted to start with this because I wanted to ask you for your recommendations. I picked this up last minute. This is from the brand Curlsmith. It is the Weightless Air Dry Cream. So I do have wavy, kind of curly-ish hair. It was a lot more curly back in the day when I used to wear it that way every single day. But over the years, I feel like it's straightened out a little bit and I just don't style it that way. So I'm kind of overwhelmed. I want to get back to just embracing like my natural hair. But I think, you know, when it comes to curly hair or wavy hair, I'm so overwhelmed. There are so many methods, so many products these days. So I wanted to ask you guys, what are your favorite products? Like, what is your go-to method? I was watching a video on someone doing the bowl method, and it was, their hair turned out so gorgeous, but it was very intense. So I'm looking for like a quick routine. So like I said, I used this today, and I have to say, my hair is a lot less frizzy than it normally is when I just let it air dry. Sometimes I'll put like a hair oil in it. Sometimes I'll use like a leave-in conditioner. But I think this really did leave my hair feeling really soft to kind of cut down on frizz. I also used a little bit of mousse that I picked up during the Ulta Gorgeous Hair event. And then I got a diffuser, which I feel like helped a lot. I did use a curling iron to kind of touch up some of these front pieces and just a couple of pieces that lack definition. But I'm excited to kind of get back to embracing my natural hair a little bit more. But again, I'm just so overwhelmed by the process, everything there is out there. So I'm open to all suggestions, all recommendations, if you guys have curly or wavy hair and you would be willing to share those with me. So as for makeup, I did pick up a couple of holiday sets. This was like #1 on my list. I was so excited when I saw they launched this, and I just decided to wait until the holiday savings event to grab it so I could get it for a little bit of a discount. It is the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Liquid Blush set, and it comes with 1 full-size blush and then 2 minis. I think I'm most excited about this one. This one is the shade Encourage. I feel like it will be the perfect everyday color, especially for fall and winter. And then this one is in the shade Happy. It's kind of like a lighter bright pink. And then the shade Truth is a deeper berry. So I think this is a really fun set. You can mix the shades together. You can wear them on their own. And I think it's just nice to have 3 different options for a little bit of a discounted price if you buy them as a bundle. I think it's nice they included a full-size blush. I feel like I will never need a full-size blush when it comes to this formula because you really just need the smallest amount. But I really do like this formula. I think it is worth the hype. If you're someone who's pretty intimidated by liquid blushes, which that was me, that's still me. I feel like I'm still kind of hesitant to try new formulas. Try this formula. Even though it is so intense and so pigmented, I feel like it's really easy to work with because it blends out really nicely and it stays in place well. But as you apply it to the skin, it doesn't just stay in that one spot. I feel like it really does blend into the skin in a really pretty way. I also grabbed this set. I don't know if I talked about this in my wish list video, but as I was going through the different holiday kits, I kept coming back to this one because these are 2 products I've been wanting to try for a while, ever since I really started getting into cream and liquid cheek products. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Dreamy Superstar Glow Kit. At first, I was just going to purchase one of the Beauty Light wands because, again, I don't know if I mentioned that in my wish list video. I've been thinking about trying them for a while, but I thought this was a really great deal because you actually get a highlighter and then also a blush. It just kind of depends if the shades are shades that you would wear. And after looking through the different shades on Sephora's website, I thought these were 2 really great shades. So the highlighter comes in the shade Spotlight and the blush comes in the shade Pinkgasm. Let me just swatch these. I actually thought the mini size was perfect because I'm just not someone who goes through cheek products very, very quickly. So I thought it would be a nice way to try out the formula. Here's what they look like swatched. They're so pretty. They're very, very creamy. I did blend them in just a little bit on my finger to see what the texture was like. I cannot wait to wear these. I'm excited because I feel like I just don't hear anything bad about these, and they've been so hyped up for such a long time, and I'm just happy to finally be able to try them out. I think these colors are perfect. That definitely looks like a highlight shade that will work well for me, and the blush is really pretty. I think that will look great with more dramatic makeup, but also a little bit more of like a toned down look. I have been enjoying pink blush lately. There was a time where I just wasn't really into pink blush, but usually when I do go for more of like an everyday natural makeup look, I feel like pink blush makes a big difference and just kind of makes my entire face look a little bit more awake. I did grab two different eyeshadow palettes. This is one that wasn't really on my wish list for this specific holiday savings event, but it was kind of living permanently on my Sephora loves list because it is something that I knew I wanted to try at some point, and it was actually on sale for 50% off. I think it was like $13.50. It's the Natasha Denona Mini Sunset palette. So I've wanted this for a while. I really like all of her mini palettes, to be honest, and I thought this was such a great deal because the colors are gorgeous. I think online it's a little bit more saturated, and I really prefer it in person because it's almost a little bit softer, more muted, perfect for everyday wear. I love that bright pink. I feel like that is a perfect shade to add a pop of color. But if you cover that up, you just get like an everyday neutral palette, and that gold and that light champagne are so perfect. Like most days I just throw a brown in the crease and then a gold all over the lid, kind of like what I have on today, but maybe a little bit softer. I just realized I kind of forgot to tone it down. Like usually I blend and then tone it down, and I didn't do that today, so my crease color is a little bit high, but this is kind of what I wear on an everyday basis, just a little bit softer, and I feel like this palette will be perfect for that. So I was excited to be able to get it on sale. I think the mini gold was on sale as well, but I didn't want to buy too many palettes, and I knew for a fact that I was going to grab this one too. I am so excited about this one. It's the Huda Beauty Empowered palette. There were like 3 palette launches this year that I was just genuinely so excited about. First one was the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 2. The second one was the newer Tarte Maneater Holiday palette, and then this is the third one. Okay, the colors are so gorgeous. Again, I think this is just prettier in person than I thought it was going to be. Look at this palette. This is so stunning. I feel like this is going to be the perfect fall, perfect holiday palette. I cannot wait to wear these shades. I wish that I had tried it out today, but I'll use it on camera for the first time. I love this color story. I like that you get like some basic neutrals over here, but you also get some deep, smoky cool tones. You get the most stunning golden shades. I'm such a fan of these like tie-dye eyeshadows because I think they look so pretty on the eyes. I cannot wait to wear this one. So Naughty Nude is currently my favorite Huda Beauty palette, but I don't know, like just looking at this one, I feel like this is going to top Naughty Nude as long as it performs well. And from what I've seen, people love this palette. I can't wait to wear it. I feel like it's so gorgeous. I feel like it's going to be the only palette that I use from like now until the end of the year. That's the feeling I'm looking for when it comes to eyeshadow palettes. I feel like these days I don't get as excited about eyeshadow palette launches because I do have a pretty good sized collection and I love using what I have and rotating through them, but very rarely does a brand launch something that instantly pulls me in, and that's how I felt about that one as soon as I saw the pictures. I did get a foundation. I'm nervous to try it, but I really want it to work out for me. I don't switch up my foundation very often because I feel like when I find one I love it so much, I'll use it for like an entire 2 years before I really get into another one. And right now my foundation collection is a little bit on the smaller side. I feel like I could even go through and declutter it again because there are really like 3 foundations that I use over and over. But I really wanted to try this one. This one is the Haus Labs by Lady Gaga Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. I honestly spent like 30 minutes trying to decide which shade to pick up because I just wasn't sure. I've heard people say that they end up wearing a shade that's different than what they initially thought. So I went on the Haus Labs website. I think they had like a little quiz, and then honestly when it came down to it, I was looking at swatches, I was trying to decide. I just ended up looking at the actual models who were wearing the foundation, and I chose someone who had a skin tone kind of similar to mine. So I got the shade 145 Light Cool, which kind of threw me off because I do not really typically buy foundations that have a cool undertone. I usually go with a warm undertone or a neutral undertone, but the way Haus Labs does it is a little bit different. So if you have a warm undertone, the foundation that's kind of meant for your skin tone is usually labeled cool. So anyway, all of that to say, I recommend going on the Haus Labs website or just looking at the photos of the models to see if you can find someone who has a similar skin tone to you. Okay, so I really hope this works well for me. I wanted to try it out today, but again, I want to do a video actually testing it out on camera for the first time, just because I do switch up my foundation so, what's the word I'm looking for? Rarely. I just want to actually apply it on camera for the first time. Okay, so the texture is really smooth. I applied a little bit too much on the back of my hand, but as I'm blending it in, it feels really nice. It also looks really nice. I think it might be just slightly too dark for me. Actually, I don't know. That could be like a perfect spot on shade match. It looks so smooth. I cannot wait to wear this. I need to film the video tomorrow where I actually apply it on camera and wear it because I've heard a lot of good things about this. I feel like I've heard a couple of mixed reviews, but based on some of the reviews I've watched, it sounds like it's going to work well for me. Also, the way this just melted into my skin is really, really promising. The packaging is gorgeous. Like, this is a heavy glass bottle. I don't think I have anything quite this luxurious in my current collection. So I'm going to try this on as soon as possible and film a wear test and maybe just use a couple of other products in that video, but I have high hopes for it. I really, really want it to work for me. I think the last time I purchased a foundation from Sephora was when I got the Kosas foundation during the spring sale. And unfortunately, that one didn't work for me, but after swatching this, I think it's going to be really great. So I did grab 2 of the Rare Beauty Stay Vulnerable Glossy Lip Balms. This formula is so good. It's become one of my absolute favorites, especially for day-to-day wear because it definitely has the feel of a really luxurious, nourishing lip balm, but it's super glossy. It has a little bit of color, and my favorite shade, well, the only shade that I tried, is nearly neutral. But I told you guys I lost mine. I have spent so many hours of my life thinking about it, searching for it, that I finally just had to cut my losses and say, you lost it. Either move on and get over it or just, repurchase it. And I decided to repurchase it because it is such a staple lip product of mine. It's so pretty on the lips, so comfortable. It really is just like the perfect everyday lip formula and lip color. So I decided to repurchase the shade Nearly Neutral. When I did my wish list video, I told you guys that I wanted to grab another shade and I wasn't sure which one to go with because they're all so beautiful. I think there's only one that I figured I wouldn't buy, and then the rest, I was trying to decide which one I wanted the most. So I decided to grab the shade Nearly Berry. A few of you told me you have this because I wasn't sure if it was going to be too dramatic, but I thought maybe based on the formula after trying Nearly Neutral, it would be a little bit softer on the lips. And some of you guys told me it's like your perfect everyday berry. Okay, it is definitely softer. It's really pretty. Let me just swatch them next to each other in case you're considering them. I love a good dramatic lip, like a bold, intense berry, but that's definitely very rare for me these days. So I feel like a wearable berry is perfect. So here's what they look like. So here's Nearly Berry, here's Nearly Neutral. Nearly Neutral really is like my perfect everyday nude, but how pretty is this shade? I mean, you can just tell from the swatches. They're glossy, but they definitely have like that balmy texture to them. They're so pretty, so comfortable. So I am really, really happy about this purchase. I feel like this is maybe what I was looking forward to the most, just because I knew that I loved the formula and I really spent so long searching for it. So that kind of told me, you love the formula, just repurchase it. If I lose this one though, I'm not going to let myself repurchase it, and that will have to be a lesson to just hold on to my favorite lip products. I also picked up the Patrick Ta Major Volume Plumping Gloss, and I have the shade 2CCs. In fact, I actually misplaced those as well. I found one in my car in like a very random spot under the seat, and then the other one was actually, where was it? It was in one of the coats of one of my jackets, or one of the pockets of one of my jackets. I feel like most people say all of their favorite lip products are at the bottom of their purse, but mine end up everywhere. So I really just need to maybe like have a log, and when I take it out of the area where I do my makeup, write it down so I remember where it is. Anyway, this is a gorgeous pink. I want to swatch this one. There's something about this lip gloss formula. It is so pretty on the lips. It really does make your lips look so full, really, really juicy. I feel like you can even tell just from like swatching it on the hand, like look at that glassy shine. It is so stunning. It's a little bit of a thicker gloss, but not in an uncomfortable way. And I think because it is a little bit thicker, it just makes your lips look so smooth, incredibly glossy. These do have like a warming, plumping feel to them, and they smell like cinnamon, which I feel like is so perfect for the fall and the winter. I just love it so, so much, but they are a little bit more expensive. And honestly, there are a ton of great affordable lip glosses, so I like to be able to get them for a discount if at all possible, or if I have a gift card or something. I repurchased the Tower 28 MakeWaves mascara. I'm not done with the one that I'm currently using, but I wanted to grab it while I could get it for a little bit of a discount because I knew that I would end up repurchasing it at some point. I love this mascara. I've actually been testing out like 2 other formulas lately, and every time I wear mascara and it's not this one, I just feel like I'm a little bit let down because this one makes my lashes look so good. It just really lifts them, it lengthens them, it's not a clumping formula at all, and it stays in place so well without flaking or smudging or irritating my eyes. It really is so good, and I know that it's getting so much hype, and I feel like mascara really is such a personal product. Like that above anything else gets so many differing opinions when I read through the comments on my videos. I think it really does come down to what your lashes are like and what you're looking for in a mascara. And if you're looking for lifted lashes, like curled, separated, really beautiful long lashes, I think you'll like this. I also repurchased this product from Milk Makeup, so I actually had like a smaller version of it. I don't know that I would call it, yeah, it's a mini. I was going to say like a deluxe size, but the mini lasted me a long time. And I would use it a lot, like multiple times a week, and I'm almost through it. So I told myself if I was done with it by the time the sale rolled around, I would purchase the full size. And I'm glad that I did because I know I'll be using this during the fall and the winter. In fact, a lot of the time I'll actually skip face primer and just use this product. So this is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Set and Refresh Spray. So technically they market it as a setting spray, or they say you can refresh your makeup throughout the day with this product, but I actually use it as a priming spray. So if you guys have been around my channel for years and years, you might know that I am like the #1 fan of the Smashbox Primer Water. I swear by that product. But it was discontinued. I have like this much left in my bottle. I really do love the way that it makes my skin feel and how my makeup applies on top of that product, but I don't think it really does anything to extend the wear of my makeup. It just leaves my skin feeling really hydrated. This product leaves my skin feeling hydrated, and it locks my makeup into place better than when I use a lot of other face primers. But it's so lightweight and you get such an even application because it is a spray. So after I do my skincare, I'll just lightly spray this all over my face and wait like 2 minutes and then go in with my makeup, and my makeup goes on perfectly, and it definitely stays in place longer than when I don't use this product. Now sometimes I'll pair it with another primer like a smoothing primer, or if I want my makeup to last like 14 hours, I'll use like the e.l.f. gripping primer on top of it. But this on its own is perfect for every day because it is so light, so hydrating, and it also does provide like a little bit of like that gripping factor. A few more things. I did pick up one skincare product. Honestly, I have a lot of open skincare right now because I'm testing out some new products. I have a lot of other favorites, and I just didn't really need a ton of new skincare right now. But I wanted to grab this. It's from the Inkey List. I love their skincare products so much. And I thought I had tried this in the past, but I don't think that I did. Their line is a lot bigger than I remember. I know I've tried a moisturizer from them, but I don't think it was this one. So this is the Omega Water Cream. It's supposed to be light and hydrating. It says you can use it in the morning and at night. Water cream is like my favorite type of moisturizer, or my favorite description when it comes to a moisturizer. Either that or like a gel cream moisturizer, anything that's super lightweight. I recently got the Tarte moisturizer in my BoxyCharm, and that one's really nice. I already know I love the texture of this. It's so lightweight, super smooth on the skin, but it feels like it's going to leave my skin feeling really hydrated. I just wanted to try it out on the back of my hand. I believe this is $10, so honestly not super expensive at all, but I figured I would just try it out during the VIB sale, and I love the Inkey List. I love their skincare products, I love their hair products, and I love that they are more affordable than I think pretty much any brand at Sephora. I know Sephora also carries The Ordinary, but I've never really gotten into The Ordinary as much. I feel a little bit overwhelmed by their products and I don't know where to start, which I feel like is kind of the opposite point of The Ordinary, but I think the Inkey List is a little bit more approachable for me. Like when I read about the products, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. That's what I need in my skincare routine, and I just think they're really effective. I'm sure The Ordinary products are really effective too, and I've tried some of them, but I kind of compare the Inkey List and The Ordinary in my mind because they're both affordable brands carried at Sephora. I did pick up one of the Makeup by Mario MoistureGlow Plumping Lip Serum. So I got the shade Nude Glow. When Makeup by Mario was launching a new shade every, what was it, like every Monday during the summertime, I told myself I had to wait until they launched all of them before deciding which shade to grab. And eventually they came to Sephora. And at that point, I looked through all of them and there were so many gorgeous shades that I had a hard time deciding, but I went with the shade Nude Glow. So I have a couple of these. They all have shimmer on them, but the line that they worked on this summer is like a cream line without any shimmer in it. So here's the swatch. I did blend it out on my finger. It's really pretty, very, very subtle. The reason why I picked this shade is because I thought it would be perfect on top of any lipstick I'm wearing. Actually, I could put a little bit on right now. This formula is so glossy, really, really lightweight. This particular shade doesn't have a ton of pigment, so I don't think it's something I would really wear on its own, but I think it will be perfect on top of lipstick, on top of lip liner. So I just thought I would be able to get a lot of use out of it because it is kind of, you know, a shade I would find myself reaching for pretty often. I actually also grabbed this holiday set. I wasn't sure about this one, but when I did my wish list video, a ton of you guys said that you really like this formula from Kosas. So this is the Wet Set Undressed Volume 2. So the way Kosas describes this formula always has me intrigued. Like every single time I read about it, I want to purchase it. And finally, I was like, okay, this set comes with 3 shades I know I will wear, and I'm just going to try it out. It's basically like a lip oil lip gloss hybrid. It's very lightweight, really, really glossy. These have a little bit more pigment than I was expecting, which is kind of nice. And then there is like this sheer shimmery one. I'm trying to decide what formula these remind me of. Here are the swatches. You know what? They kind of remind me of the Rare Beauty formula a little bit. Like they definitely have that luxurious, balmy texture to them. They're really glossy, very, very pretty. I would say they have more pigmentation, or they're a little bit more opaque than the Rare Beauty formula. But I mean, I'll definitely be able to wear these 2 shades quite a bit. And I think this one's kind of fun because it is a clear, but it has like this hot pink sparkle in it. So I think that will be really fun to pair over a nude lipstick. I forgot that I picked this up, but I'm just not loving my hairspray right now. I'm using the Kenra Volume, what is it, Volume 25, and I've used that for years. Like that has been my go-to hairspray, but it just doesn't seem to really be doing it for me these days. I feel like it doesn't really hold my curls in place, and I also think it makes my hair kind of crunchy, like a little bit sticky. So I mentioned that in an empties video, and one of you guys said you think they maybe changed up the formula because you had the same experience too. So I don't know if that's the case for sure, but I've been wanting to find a new hairspray. And honestly, that one's kind of expensive anyway. I was just buying it because it was really effective. It made my hair look voluminous. It held the curls into place, but it just doesn't seem to be doing that these days. So one brand at Sephora that I love is Verb. I actually just talked about one of their products in a recent video. What was it? I did that video on some of my favorite products under $20, and I love the Verb hair oil. I also like their Hydrate shampoo and conditioner, their hair mask, so I decided to try their hairspray. This is the Hold and Volume Strong Hairspray. It's supposed to provide long-lasting hold, lift, and volume for natural-looking styles, so I'll definitely try it out. Please let me know if you have a hairspray recommendation. I would love like a drugstore hairspray recommendation as well. I picked up one from Garnier that didn't work for me. I was so sad because I love Garnier so much. I've been trying a lot of their products lately since they went cruelty-free a while ago, and I love their shampoo, their conditioner, their leave-in products, some of their skincare products, but the hairspray just didn't work for me. It made my hair feel like wet and crunchy, and it just wasn't good. So I'm going to try this one out, but I would also love to know if you have any hairspray recommendations. So that's everything I picked up from Sephora this time around. I have so many products that I'm excited about, and I don't know that I will personally do like a ton of makeup shopping during Black Friday because I feel like I'm pretty set for now. But I do want to do a video on my favorite Black Friday deals because there are some great options coming up. So if you skipped the Sephora VIB sale, but you're still looking to save some money on new makeup, new beauty products, I'll definitely share some really great deals soon. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll do a video trying on some of the new products very soon, probably this week. And I will see you guys very soon with a new video as well. Bye.